is almost detriment to you. You're almost better off just running up to him, doing the best you can. As soon as you do that and you get too close, the camera. And then you're no longer running forward to the side instead. I mean, it's a problem I've had with big guys. But this is gonna happen. Finally.
The fallen leaves tell a story of how a tarnished became Elden Lord. In our home, across the fog, the lands between. Our seed will look back upon us and recall an age of fracture.
Alright, so I'm just gonna leave it here for now. And what I wanted to do to wrap this up was I just wanted to beat this tonight. That's all I was really doing. And hello to you. Sorry, you got me right as I was beating the game. I was just pushing extra to get it done. What I wanted to talk about is it's a great game. It's very hard. I struggle with these type of games, and this game was no exception to that. It was hard to find out what was going on in the story without reading online, and even still, it isn't very straightforward. Trying to piece together what is happening in the world just by what is presented to you in the world is not easy, but that's just an aside. A few things I really did not like about it is there's no journal, so there's no way for you to track your quests. So if you do actually find an NPC and they ask you to do a thing and maybe you can't get there yet, or you're in the middle of something else, or you're heading there in the future just gonna wait until you get there already. You don't want to go run right away and do it. If you don't remember, if you've got a bad memory like I do, you do forget, then you may miss your opportunity. The NPCs don't just sit around and wait for you. talk to them. If you're progressing the story, you may just miss out, and that's unfortunate. It really bugs me that there's no journal to be able to just. It doesn't even need to be a detailed note, just something small to say you talked to this person. They asked you to do this. That's all it needs to be. It doesn't need to be a mark on the map or a point on your compass, just something very simple just to track stuff. Another thing that really bugs me with this is that you have to talk to people over and over and over again to exhaust their speech options. I didn't learn about having to do that until a good bit into the game, so I have no idea on how much stuff I missed out on because the dialogue didn't progress properly. You go up to a person and you talk to them, you go through all the options that are presented with you, you leave, you think, okay, well, if there was more speech options that would have come up, so you leave. But no, in this game, sometimes you have to, without going anywhere, talk to the same person over again, and they'll give you new speech options. And sometimes you then have to do it again and again until they start repeating themselves. And then, and only then, are you done for the moment. And that is not intuitive at all, and it really bugs me. Some of the boss fights, if you die, you've got to reload through the cutscenes every single time. Yes, there is a button to skip it. The fact that you have to reload that every single time is a bit annoying. But that is just a nitpicky thing. The bosses, the ones that are really big, the camera can get lost in, or if your camera bumps up against the enemy creature body, then it can move you from changing, like it can change your direction. So if you think you were hitting them and now you're not hitting them and you could just be sitting there hitting the air, that can be frustrating at times. But the two big things are the journal and the speech. I'm sure there's other points that have come up in my playthrough on this that were also frustrating or annoying. That could just be getting nitpicky stuff. Those are the two really big things. Well, I guess I should say it's the three things. The story not being really forthcoming with what's going on and why, what people's motivations are. The journal, the log, whatever you want to call it, and that you have to talk to people multiple times. But outside of those three things, the game is really good. The characters are really well designed. The world is unique and interesting. It makes me want to experience all that is in it and do all the missions, and that's part of what makes it disappointing is I missed so many side quests because I wasn't able to find them, or I didn't talk to the people enough, or I just flat out forgot. Yeah, I know one that I can think of right now is the Dung Eater. We did a few things back and forth, and then he took off, and that was that. The few that I was able to finish was Selen's quest and Ronnie's quest, and that's only because I pulled up a guide and I did nothing else except for those quests. I just bogged down in them and tried to do them. Because I started Selen's quest and Randy's quest for that matter. I started them and then I forgot, and then wanted to make sure that I did those two, because they were the only ones that I could remember. By the time I remembered Celibus again, he was dead. I have no idea what happened to him. There was the lady in the round table hold here, Nefeli, I think her name was. I did a bit of her quest, and then all of a sudden she wouldn't say anything different. She kept saying the same thing over and over again, and I couldn't figure out how to progress her story forward. So that quest was just a bust, and I mean, that is a little disappointing, because I really do want to do more of the people's quests and stuff. Apparently there's 30 NPCs, and I maybe did 6 of them. And I tried to talk to everybody I saw. I tried to go to a majority of the places. If you look at my map versus like location map, my map is really filled out. I've done a lot of stuff that wasn't required. I tried, like I said, I tried to go everywhere. I tried to explore. I tried to find as many of the items as I could. I know I didn't go into every single dungeon. I could have done more there, but like I got a really good bit of the stuff. And not so much on the magic, because I didn't really pursue it, but like, you see armor sets that I have. I've got quite a few of them. I didn't really pursue again the light armor sets, but I tried to do as much as I could, and I wish it would have been easier to find the stuff, or to know that you were about to lose something. Because if there was like even right when I'm going to start a quest, if a note popped up and said something like, these quests are going to no longer be available, do you want to proceed? And maybe something like that would help. Because then I could go, oh, okay, alright, where are those people? And then go actively out and look for them, rather than just missing them and not knowing. Because that is really too bad. I really enjoyed the game. So much so, in fact, that I'm going to replay it as a like pure straight up sorcerer, and then I might even do it a third time as an archer. And for this type of game, for me to want to replay it, that is pretty rare. I am going to get the DLC, and I am going to do the DLC with this character, so it's part of why I didn't reset it and go to the higher difficulty. All in all, I would recommend the game. It really was great. With the caveat, if you've never played one of these type of games before, be ready for something very different and something extremely challenging. Because they do not hold your hand, and they do not pull their punches. It is a brutally steep learning curve. But it is worth it. It really is a fantastic game. And that concludes Elden Ring for the moment. I will be back to do the DLC with it when I pick it up, and probably start it on Monday at this point. So I'll pick it up tomorrow and then start downloading it. So I'll probably start it on Monday. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed the adventure. I do put up my previous streams and boss fights outside of the stream when I was playing on my own are available on YouTube. Go to youtube.com/adisabledhuman, and they're all right there for you to watch. enemy battles that are just the battles are in their own playlist, and they are good quality. They're at least 720p because they were recorded from the Xbox, so they are a little easier to watch. Anyway, thank you, and I hope you enjoyed, and we'll be playing something tomorrow. I'm not sure what. But have a good night, and thanks for stopping by.